What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch episode 1140 of One Piece, man. I gotta tell you guys what, like every week that I watch another episode, I just cannot believe how much One Piece I have physically watched in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I probably caught up to One Piece at about like 1060, 1070. I watched it for a couple months, and then I knew that I was going to start doing this YouTube channel, so I didn't watch for a couple months, so I could have a decent amount of One Piece videos to upload. But like, even then, like, I started the first episode of One Piece I uploaded on my channel at all was episode 1089 of One Piece, and since then I've watched like what, 50 episodes? That's 51? Like, that's insane to me. Like, One Piece is just one of those things that's so good, but it's also it's anime, so it's so short. It just flies by. You know what I mean? It's famous in the One Piece community, but people who've never watched One Piece obviously go, One Piece is too long, but really, if you've watched it, it's too short. So, this arc has been phenomenal. The last couple episodes have been some of my favorite episodes of the entirety of the show. So that is big praise for one of my all-time great shows. You guys know me. I'm a yapper. I'm going to talk a lot at the end, so I do want to hop straight into it. If you guys like the video, please drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I have got the full-length reactions on Patreon. I have all of the episodes of Egghead on my Patreon for $7 a month, as I just mentioned. Finally, and most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. Let's get into it. Warrior who saves Bonney. Man, Bonney can save Bonney. I can't do. I cannot wait for the double Nika. I want a double Nika punch to Saturn and knock him out, but I don't know if I'll get that. Yam! Why is it? I can't tell if the smoke looks really bad or really good. I think it kind of looks bad. It looks CGI. Question is, did Kizaru go to a restaurant or did he use like one of these vending machine thingies? Try it. Yeah, they'll just run away. Oh no, it's like a bomb. I mean, they have guns. What are you gonna do? You don't shoot me, it's gonna bounce right back at you. It's just not a big deal. Look at them abs. Hockey. He used his extreme food eating hockey. Luffy, stand up. Oh, there we go. Gets a good shot with the shadow in the eyes. He's an emperor, but we'll get him. You bumpkins. It's like an event whenever he powers up. Like, I love it. He looks evil in that form when he smiles like that. It just makes you happy. I mean, that's the point of the show. That's the point of Luffy. That's the point of his power. It just makes you happy. See, again, I'm going on a small 20-second tangent. The reason I don't like the smoke like that is because it's not uniform. They keep changing it every shot, like it's a new form of animation for the smoke. No, dude, oh. The greatest robot ever made. He can't. Okay, I was gonna say, is he talking to Kizaru? Because Kizaru can't do it. He's gonna steals Bonney from Kuma. The other three fall to their death. What's the 10th birthday or? Go Nika mode. I don't know. I love One Piece. Watching One Piece is like talking to a liar who cannot physically tell you a straight answer. Oh, I have intense goosebumps. Is it secretly? It's secretly programmed to put Bonney at the top of the orders? Oh, the goosebumps are crazy. Like, you guys can't obviously tell. That might be some of the hardest goosebumps I've ever had. I feel like I say that every episode of One Piece, but, you know, what do I know? Okay, what are we doing? Are we shooting or are we just doing a... Okay, what was that? Why did we turn around 30 times? Hey, look! Why are they pointing at us? What's going on with that? Okay, Bonney just killed... Bonney just killed hundreds of Marines. Fine by me.
Bonney.
See, now I gotta go back and I gotta watch Shaba Odi and see if she interacted with the pacifista at all. And I 100%, like, Oda didn't plan for that relationship at all. Like, that's a 100% guarantee. But I do wonder if it was just a coincidence that they never ran into each other. I don't remember right now. Wow. Oh, it just gets me emotional, man. Always protect you. Always choose you. Always be by your side. Oh, Vegapunk. I'm so sad that I'm gonna have to watch you die. Right then? Oh my god, I summoned it. That's horrible. Was it Saturn? No, I angered him. It's One Piece though. A stab to the heart is nothing. He could stand right up. I want that sword to go through all of them, I ain't gonna lie. Oh my, okay. See, it's one of those things right now. It's the one scenario where Kizaru can be incompetent because he could just be pretending, you know what I mean? Pretending to try to hit them, but... Oh, where is the Loof Dog? I love that sword so much. Oh my god, dude, he just appears. That sound effect is wild. I know Kizaru's off his game, but I just want him to... I want him to have a good showing. I hope it's in another arc. As long as he doesn't get killed for being incompetent, you know what I mean? Oh, that's great. Come on, is this man gonna square up to Saturn? The entire island is bouncy. The future island, the bouncy island. It's like a bounce house, I love it. But I will be honest, again, you always have to complain about these certain things with One Piece. It's the trade-off to being a One Piece fan. If I see another 10-second section of bouncing, I'm gonna yell at someone. Kizaru, like, I know you're struggling, but I don't want you to get killed by Saturn for being incompetent if you fail this mission. And that's really looking like it could be the case. Don't run over to him. Saturn's gonna... Jesus Christ. Maximum cakeage. I shouldn't say that because that is an underage child. Go without me? Again, it's one of the, I've been saying it a couple times. We have multiple Vegapunks, and I'm kind of assuming now that Lilith might be either the last one or the only one to escape, if that makes sense. Let's get another 10-second bouncing. Yeah, let's see him bounce the buildings for another 10 seconds. I love it. I thought that would have been what saved that ship, but no. I mean, I can't even remember when we saw him open his eyes, like 20 episodes or something like that. Pray to the sun god, Bonney. Sorry. I can't do it. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, this is cringy. Oh, I love this. It's like an instrumental, a more instrumental music version of one of the openings. Let's go back to the bouncing buildings. Yes. I'm obviously over exaggerating, but Jesus Christ, guys. I have goosebumps, man. Dude, the goosebumps are crazy. Oh, I got tears in my eyes again. That's damn right. He's good. That's the truth. Is this? Was an actual ship? No, I said no. I didn't believe it because I knew that they would be on Elbath, you know what I mean? But I said when they were in the opening last episode, they're like, it'd be crazy if they actually showed up. Are you kidding me? I have goosebumps. I was talking to my friend the other day that I would mark out if I saw them show up. This might be the most hyped I've been on a One Piece episode ever. You're damn right. Oh my god, this is epic. My boys. Oh my god, my boys. You think you can do anything to these people? These giant men. Oh, we'll show them why. This is if you could have told me back in the you know what I mean? When was Little Garden? 50s, 60s, 70s? If you could have told me that this would have happened, I would have, yo. Are they the only two on the ship, or are there more? Again, I would assume this is, we're going to go, I know we're going to Elbath next, so. Dude. This is gonna have how we get there. Hit him with it, hit him with it, hit him with it. Oh, they're just going for normal hits. I love this show. I love it. Wow, so they know about the Sun God too. Dude, okay, so, again, first of all, you know, you go back to the last episode where that ship was, sunk. You know, my immediate gut instinct was that it was the robot, but then I had to rewatch it for, you know, for editing the video for YouTube, and I got the vibe that it wasn't, and because it said, like, they were heading towards the island, so I thought, I couldn't know, I couldn't think, who's gonna be, but last episode when they had that new opening, you know, I saw a lot of Dory and Brogy in the opening, and I was a little surprised by that, because, one, I don't know how many episodes of Egghead there are going to be. I don't know if there's 10 left or there's 25 left, you know, until we get to the Elbath arc. And again, I stay away from spoilers very well. There are certain things you just can't miss out. You know what I mean? Like, when a new arc starts, you hear that a new arc has started, and I do know that it is Elbath. So I knew that, you knew Dory and Brogy were going to be there, not just because it's giants, but also we've seen them at Elbath with Shanks and shit like that. So you knew that they were going to be involved, but the minute I saw them in the opening, I went like, oh, wow, do they, you know what I mean? Like, I had like maybe some, are they going to show up or whatever? But I literally had a conversation yesterday with my friend on the phone, and I literally said the exact words, if Dory and Brogy show up at Egghead, I'm going to lose my shit, okay? I love that. Again, Little Garden, well, first of all, just in general, pre-time skip is better. I'm not, it isn't like an inherent negative towards post-time skip. Obviously, post-time skip is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal show. I still love it. I haven't lost any like fan momentum or anything like that. Like, I absolutely love the show, but there are a couple things that you can point to that are missing in post-time skip, if that makes any sense. But something about pre-time skip, it's like crack cocaine. Again, it's obviously funnier, but I mean, just the crew reactions were not reactions. The crew interactions were a lot better. The side characters were a little more memorable, I think. But Little Garden, you know what I mean? For such a short arc, for such a minor thing, you know what I mean? In the Alabasta saga, you know what I mean? The worst part of the Alabasta saga. I mean, why do actually? It's like Reverse Mountain and Whiskey Peak and stuff like that involved in that, probably. But of the like major multi-episode arcs, essentially, Little Garden is the one with the least amount of focus. But Dory and Broggy are such iconic, such memorable characters. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I want to say about like pre-time skip One Piece. Is I'm not even gonna say the characters are necessarily better, but they're just more memorable for some reason. Like the smaller people, the ones you only see for a couple episodes, and obviously we've gotten a couple updates on Dory and Broggy as the story's going on, but like I just love them in the Little Garden arc, man. And taking a step back from the Dory and Broggy stuff, this episode again was one of my all-time favorites. This arc is really good. I think. Again, when the arc finally ends, I'm gonna have to sit down and really just think about my arc rankings. There is a chance that this could be 5th now. I think it may surpass Dressrosa. May. Okay, I don't know if we can get the whole cake because the Sanji stuff was really hard hitting. Again, if you've been listening to any of my reactions, any of my discussions, my major thing when it comes to One Piece and maybe some negatives towards post time skip is the lack of focus on Straw Hats. And Whole Cake is the only Straw Hat focused arc in the entire, post time skip section of the story. So that really gets me. But this may be 5th. This may enter the top 5 because the last 20 episodes have genuinely been some of the best One Piece there has ever been. And like that's again, I said I opened up my episode by saying this. I've watched 1,140 episodes of One Piece. That's not like, oh yeah, I watched a 30 episode anime. No. 1,140. Like I don't need to tell you guys because you guys are also watching episode 1,140 with me. It's kind of insane if you really break it down. But the great thing about Oda, and again, I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that like post time skip is bad because it's not bad. It just has a couple problems. But the great thing about this is that Oda can write 1,000 chapters and he can still be hitting peaks deep into the story. Like it's not like One Piece is going completely downhill or completely bad or anything like that. So that's props, dude. That's so much props, man. This was just this whole episode. I feel like it kind of loses its impact when I say it, because I say it in not just every One Piece video, but I say it in almost all of my videos on my channel. I have a natural sensitivity towards goosebumps. It just happens when an epic moment or an emotional moment or anything like that happens. That's just how it works for me. But I had intense goosebumps for like half the episode. That's insane. Like you guys have had intense goosebumps. I'm talking about the most intense, spine-chilling goosebumps. Okay, from the emotion, like the pacifista reveal with Bonney giving the order, that gave me goosebumps. Okay, Luffy showing up, punching his Zoro gave me goosebumps, and then Dory and Broggy showing up gave me goosebumps. Okay, this show, the epicness, the everything about it, it's like it gives me like a bodily reaction, if that makes sense. Like it's so overwhelmingly 10 out of 10. It's an overwhelming perfect experience that it just does things to me. And that may sound weird, I don't know, but that's the truth. Like, what an episode. What an episode. It's because it's also one of those things, like, again, for the last couple weeks I've been saying like, wow, this stretch of episodes has been the best of the entire show. Or one of the best of the entire show. A part of me, like, subconsciously, like, thinks like, oh, there's no way they're gonna be better next week. They're better next week. That's crazy. Okay, I cannot wait to see Dory. Again, I tried to say it in the episode, but I kept stopping myself because I was so hyped I couldn't talk. That's obviously how we're gonna get to Elbaf then. We're probably gonna escape on their ship. Um, Again, I don't know if Vegapunk got stabbed, and I've been saying for the last couple episodes, I don't expect Vegapunk or I don't expect Stella to make it out. Kind of feels like a heroic sacrifice type moment to ensure that Bonney and the future, Luffy and the Straw Hats escape. He'll sacrifice himself to hold the enemies back. But that's not a killing blow, in One Piece. Until they show me the life draining out of the body. You know what I mean? Or each molecule being separated. I don't think that anyone can die. So they got to prove it to me. But I have been saying this since I saw the new ending. I'm almost positive now that there is going to be. It's just going to be Lilith. Again, I don't know if that means that all of the other Vegapunks are going to get destroyed or die or sacrifice themselves, or it's just like they get separated and Lilith is the only one who escapes with the Straw Hats and goes to Elbaf. But it's one of those things I feel like. Well, one, I don't want to say it doesn't matter because they are 7 different, people. I don't even know if I want to include York because York's a traitor, but you know what I mean. I don't want to say that it'd be okay, but I almost feel like if Lilith makes it out, or if any of them make it out, they can rebuild the satellites. You know what I mean? It'll probably take a couple of years or more research, or rebuilding a I don't know, a punk station, whatever you call it, labosphere, something like that. But they can probably bring him back. You obviously can't bring back Stella, but I think that again, Stella would be perfectly fine with sacrificing himself for the greater good, if that makes any sense. So. I would assume Lilith's going to join that. Bonnie's going to join that. Straw Hats. I think that might be it for people who would join. But again, the Kizaru stuff is continuing here. I'm scared. You guys know, like, I really like Kizaru, and I've loved him even more since we've actually gotten a character perspective from him, if that makes sense. Like, again, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but I don't make fun of people, but to me, it's kind of hard to fathom people's favorite characters being stuff like Shanks and Mihawk and Roger and stuff like that, because you don't really see them. You got a lot of Roger in a couple flashbacks, but the other ones, like, you really don't see them at all. You know what I mean? So I think people just kind of say that their favorite character off of vibes, and vibes don't normally do that for me. Like, I don't go, oh, the vibes are immaculate, this is one of my top 10 favorite characters. I don't do that. In this show, through, again, the 1,000+ episodes, Kizaru is the only one who I was like that. From the minute Kizaru was on the screen, I went, okay, the vibes are immaculate. The aura is insane. The suave, nonchalant, the voice, everything about it, I loved. You know what I mean? But that being said, as much as I love Kizaru, I can't in my right mind call him a good character. You know what I mean? Because he's not a good character. He's nothing of a character. He's just there. He's not involved in character dynamics or relationships or development or anything like that. He's just there. So, that being said, finally getting to see him shine a little bit, or get some character development, or, focus on the emotional side of his character in the Egghead arc has been phenomenal. It's really catapulted him from being like a character which I really like a top 25, to like, maybe top 15 or something like that. So, but again, I repeat, I am scared. I am very scared because, again, Saturn obviously isn't going to win. The Straw Hats are going to escape to Elbaf. You know what I mean? I would assume Bonnie's also going to escape. One of the Vegapunks is probably going to escape. It's going to be a complete failure. You know what I mean? In a scenario like that, I kind of feel like all of the blame would be put on Kizaru. Especially because I feel like Saturn can tell that something is wrong with him, that he is dropping the ball, that he is underperforming, that he's emotionally connected, that he's emotionally involved. That might even be why he brought Kizaru with him, you know what I mean? Because he did have a connection with Vegapunk. So let's really see if he's loyal. Let's put him to the test. Let's bring him to this place and make him, kill Vegapunk or anything like that. So, I don't know. Or, now, I will say this. And this is, you know what? I really like this. I think this will be my prediction. Vegapunk obviously cares about Bonney, and he cares about Luffy, and he cares about all these people. Vegapunk, I think, cares about Kizaru as well. There's a relationship there. So I would not be surprised if after ensuring the Straw Hats and co safety and getting them off the island, I would not be surprised if Vegapunk forces Kizaru into a situation where Kizaru has to kill him, so that could maybe take away any culpability, if that makes sense. So, Saturn can't really say you didn't do your job because, well, I killed Vegapunk, I did my job, I did what you told me to do. So that's kind of what I want to believe. Vegapunk is sort of going to go out on his He's gonna make sure that everybody he cares about is in the best position possible after his death. So I am looking forward to that. I do think that's a strong possibility that that could happen right there. But yeah, I'm so hyped, man. Again, it's one of those things, and I'm sure you guys have experienced it, you know, depending on when you started watching One Piece, whether it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or 2 months ago. I love watching One Piece weekly, okay, but the temptation to want to watch more is just so overwhelming that, like, it sucks when you catch up sometimes, because you're like, I wish I was still back then when I still had 300 more episodes to go, so I could just binge it in my spare time because I'm loving it so much. This is that moment. I would have loved to binge Egghead. But, you know, I say this multiple times on my channel. Watching TV weekly is superior. Not only do you get to digest the information a little better, not as in like you're confused without it, but you just get to think about it more. You get to make more theories. You're more connected with it because you experience the story over the course of a long period of time. But also, the most important thing, you know, you're part of a community. You can talk to people. You can theorize or whatever. And now I will be honest, I don't involve myself with any of that other than my friend about One Piece because I'm not getting spoiled. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that was an amazing episode. I'm very happy. And again, I feel like it's been like a good 6 or 7 weeks. No, that may be wrong. I may be speaking out of my ass here, but I feel like it's been 6 or 7 weeks since we had an off week. But I hope that's not the case. Again, you know, I'm hyped. I'm loving this. I want an episode every single goddamn week. So, but I think that's gonna be it for me. Again, a 10 out of 10 episode. That's probably like Egghead's 30th 10 out of 10 episode. Like, this has been one of the best arcs in One Piece. It's been one of the best arcs in anime, if you ask me. Again, I always got to slip this in each conversation, but considerably better than Wano, which I was very disappointed in. I'm not saying that this is like a recovery arc to where like they tripped or stumbled, you know, last arc. No, it was good. It was a good arc. It just wasn't 10 out of 10 for me. This is 10 out of 10. So I will see you guys next week for episode 1141. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon to the entirety of the Egghead arc. It is $7 a month for animated shows. Check it out if you're interested. Finally, and most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. I'll see you guys. You guys have a good week.